everybody. So I have King Sunny with me. Say hi.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, so I've been wanting to do this for a while, but we keep going back and forth. His schedule's busy, then my schedule's busy, so we're finally doing this. And I'm
Right.
glad, yeah, I'm glad you're here with us. I'm hungover as fuck, so as you can see my face. And but we're doing the damn thing. Okay, so let's just get into it. All right, Sunny. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I'm from the East Coast. Born and raised in Queens, New York.
Hey, I was born there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was born
Nice.
in Queens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamaica, Queens.
That's exactly where I'm born and raised from.
No way. I was born in that Kaiser over there.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
So I work in the healthcare field
Oh, cool.
industry, and I'm currently working with the LGBTQ population, and
Nice.
mostly pertaining to people that are HIV positive.
Oh,
So
wow. That's
um,
amazing.
our clinic is one of the largest HIV clinic, HIV and AIDS clinic in the Long Island region, and it's like amazing work that we do. Like, we're able to detect new diagnoses, link them to care. So there's a lot of like passion in the work that I do, and especially I get to meet like young kids who are either like homeless or living in shelters,
Hmm.
people that are going through gender dysmorphia, and they're trying to kind of figure out like who they are, and like kind of stick to an identity. So it's like it's really it's really like passionate for me, because it's kind of something that like I struggled with when I was younger, because I didn't really have any, I
Yeah,
would say,
definitely.
like a role model within the Sikh community, someone that was maybe like gay, and like kind of looking up to them, and kind of be like, hey, how can I relate my life to theirs, and kind
Yeah,
of
we
like,
don't talk about it. It's shunned upon, right?
right. Yeah.
Sorry, my chair is stuck. Okay. Oh, that's amazing. I didn't even know you did all that. You're just over there slaying on the gram, and like people obviously judge
Yeah.
everyone based on the gram. Do you model as well?
Yes. So besides me having a master's degree, yes, bitch, I'm educated.
Yes.
um
Yes,
I
bitch.
I also do modeling. I'm signed to a modeling agency called West Haven Management Group out in
Oh,
LA.
nice. Oh, wow.
And I also am a brand ambassador for 360 magazine, with Von Laurie. They're also based out in LA. And also somebody that is trying to use their platform to bring awareness and visibility to young boys and girls who are sick, and they're gay or they're trans, and they're just trying to navigate life, and they're just trying to figure
Yeah.
it out. So whatever advice I can give them from my experiences, make someone else's like experience or difficulty, whatever they're going through, a little bit
Yeah.
easier, like
Mhm.
that's something great.
No, it's amazing. I appreciate you for that because also I completely support the LGBTQ. LGBTQ. I'm
Yeah,
on LGBT, ABCD,
I know, right?
LGBTQ
And now it's
community.
just getting longer. Like, they added like I and A after the Q too.
Stop it right now. They just need LGBTQ.
Right.
Like they just needed a Q. But no, that's amazing. And yes, like as you said, you're a Sikh man, and that's a really, really like in our community for it's shunned upon, it's hidden. They are ashamed of you, and it sucks. And it's just not just us, but it's like in other communities as well. But we kind of take it harder because we love, we love to preach religion and this and that. But there's nowhere in our religion that says you can't be gay. It doesn't say that.
It's not, it's more like society and the culture, you
It's all
know
society.
it's like that's so. I really hope like who, whoever is listening or will be listening,
Let them
I
let
don't
them
want to like,
know.
right. Yeah, so basically, like, I feel like a lot of people that are Punjabi and Sikh, like,
Mm.
they base so much of like their life, like decisions in their life, based off of society, but they kind of say like, oh no, but like, we're not allowed to do this because it doesn't go by Sikhi's guidelines, or so on and so forth. And I'm
Yeah,
like, well, Baba, like, Vaiguru tells us that everyone is equal. We're supposed to
exactly.
love. We're supposed to help people. Give. If I'm not negatively affecting your life, And if I'm not negatively doing something that is, you know, astronomical, like,
Exactly.
let the person be and let them live and let
Let
them
them
love
live.
who they
Yeah.
want to love. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And instead of like judging the person, why don't you try to understand that person's experiences and, you know, how they're feeling and what their mindset is and how their body feels towards the same sex versus the opposite sex, you know? Like, for
Yeah.
example, my mom is like when I first came out to her, she was like, oh, well, um, there's no way that, like, you know, you can like be with a girl or whatever. And I was like, is there any way that you can ever be with a woman?
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, mind blown.
You know what I mean? Like,
You know,
you
of
have to
course, it's true.
yeah, you got to think like profoundly, because it's like,
Mhm.
just put yourself in the other person's shoes. And
Exactly.
that's the problem. Like, now, like in current time America, like everything is so diseased right now. And
Mhm.
it's just that, like, you if people would just be kind to one another and be more empathetic and understanding, I feel like slowly by slowly things will get back on track. Like, there's
Of
just so
course.
much hate out there, and it's like
A lot.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Like,
It is
like,
disgusting.
I get so much support on my social media, like it's ridiculous. But and I'm the type of person, like, if you will throw like a hateful comment or like slide into my DMs, like, who has the time to like slide into someone's DMs and let them know that they're so disgusted by you? So
And they
why
took
are
the
you
time
on
out.
my freaking page?
They're so affected by it because they have so much time on their hands. This is how I like saw Sunny. Sunny had commented me and I was like, who's this? And then I click and I was like, yes, bitch. Because I'm supportive. Like, I completely understand. Like, I've grown up different. You know, obviously your situation's completely different. And I know how it feels not to have support or love. Like, when you just can't help who you are and how people are so mean. And I'm
Yeah,
all about it. Like somebody asked me, they're like, so what if your son turns out to be gay? And I'm like, like an Indian person asked me that, right? And then they were like, what would you do? I'm like, I'm not gonna stop loving my freaking child. I'm like, if
yeah,
you are gonna disown your child, then I'm sorry, there's something wrong with you. This is what I would say. I'm like, all right, are you sure? Because we're about to go to war right now. Like, you know what I
right,
mean? That's what I would do. I'd go to war to protect my son at all costs. So when somebody tells me something like that, that really bugs me. It's like, really? So you say you're gonna unconditionally love your child, and that's what you're going to do, because that's the number one thing. You need support from your own, right? And
right.
if you don't get support from your own, then you're completely lost. And then you
Hmm.
look for it elsewhere, and then people are mean to you, and then you're sad, and then internal issues develop. So I really feel strongly about it, and that's why I wanted to talk to you, because nobody likes to talk about it in our community, and there's probably so many people that haven't came out yet and are living double lives, like fake
Yeah,
lives.
yep.
And that's not fair to the woman or the man if it's the other way around.
Hmm.
And it's because they're so scared to come out. And it shouldn't feel like that at all. Like, just like my whole podcast, like how women are scared to say they're not virgins.
Yeah.
We're in it's a 21st century. Like, get the fuck over it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And sorry, it's just like, whew, it gets me so wild up. But yeah, so I wanted to ask you is, what does the word gay mean to you? Like, when you hear that, like the definition, right? So,
Hmm.
like, just hit me with that.
That's actually a really interesting question,
Yeah.
because I would say maybe 10 to 15 years ago, it would probably be a really like dark and gloomy word for me,
Hmm.
because growing up, I was always the butt of like jokes, you know, like I was always made fun of. I used to have like a jura, patka, and, you
Hmm.
know, I was used to be called words because of that. And then I used to be called like a faggot and all these things. And so people would be like, oh, he's gay, oh, he's gay, and I myself was like, what the hell, like, why does everyone keep telling me that like I'm gay? You know
And
what
you
I
didn't
mean?
know
Like,
what
i
that
didn't
meant at that time,
i
right?
didn't really know.
Hmm.
To be honest, I didn't really know what that meant, but I'm not gonna lie, like, I didn't know that being attracted to a male meant that you were gay when I was younger,
Hmm.
because
You
like
weren't taught
I
that.
because when I was from a young age, like I always had an attraction to like the same sex.
Oh,
And like I
okay.
used to like sit in the gurdwaras like with my mom and my dad, like when we go to weddings and stuff.
Hmm.
And I used to just like think in my head, like, wow, like I'm never gonna be able to do this with a guy, you know? Like,
Oh.
there's so much sexism like within our culture that it's like that will never happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe one day it will. I'm not quite sure, but it's like you like when you see like a couple and they're getting married and like it's so joyful, and like I grew up like within, like my roots are Sikhi and Punjabi culture, right?
Yeah.
So I was around so many weddings, and so it's like you always, like I was like that little girl. I was like, oh my god, like, you know, I can't wait one day to get married. Like I can't wait one day to have a husband and all that stuff. But like I never was able to like say it out loud because I
Of
was like
course.
so scared. Like, oh, how is that gonna happen? Like how? And then I look at myself today. I'm like, wow, like I was so worried like when I was little, and I was so scared. And
Yeah.
like now I look back at it and I'm like, wow, like I got through it. You know what I mean?
You did. Mm-hmm.
And it's not just me. Like I'm gonna say that. Well, I should say that. You know, I do have a great support system now. Like
Good.
when I first came out, it was really difficult for my mom, and like my mom is one of like the most amazing people, and she's one of the most important people in my life.
Is she super
And
religious?
she is Amritari,
Mm.
and she is just a true believer of Vaheguru. Like she has so much hope and faith in God, and she's taught that to me. And you know, whether I wear a turban or have my hair long, short, whatever, it's like I do believe like I have a good relationship with God, because there was lots of times where I literally like cried and I had to talk to Vaheguru and be like, yo, like you need to help me get through this. Like I don't know how to do it by myself. You know, like I would go to the
Oh,
Gurdwara and I would like do ardas and pray, you know, because
yeah.
my mom would just be like, just pray about it, you know, just pray about it. And so that's the type of kid that I am. And so when I first
Was
came
she
out to my
accepting
mom,
though? Oh, sorry, you're telling me that right now. Okay.
yeah, so like when like I first came out to her, it was really tear jerking for her.
No.
And my brother, who I would say wasn't like the biggest, like you know, he wasn't like the biggest supporter,
Mm-hmm.
but when he soon came to find that his younger brother was gay, like it was like the switch just flipped so quick, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And he truly helped my mom understand me, because it was difficult, because there's a lot of things that I cannot share with my mom, because first of all, it's that respect level, you
Of
know.
course. Yes.
Like it's
Definitely.
not like unfortunate, like, you know, like how like my white friends or my Spanish friends, like they're able to drink with their parents, they're able to like have open conversations about sex. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can't do that if you're Punjabi and Sikh, you know, like
Yeah. It just
especially if
seems
you come
limited.
from like Amritari parents, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. And seeing you have that
And
respect, like people say, I'm sure people say that you don't have no respect because you're gay, right? Like they say all
right,
that kind of stuff. But look at you, you still have your values, you still respect your parents, you still respect Sikhi, but you would you say you were born gay, right? That's what I always say. You were born that way.
right,
People would tell that to me, and I'm like, I truly believe nobody wants to just be like, I'm gonna just decide to go against the whole world and be like,
right,
miserable,
exactly.
like when not,
No one chooses to make their life harder. Like that's,
exactly.
you want your life to be like an
Yeah.
easy path, you
You
know?
wish it
Or
was the way everyone wanted to be normal. Like,
right,
like you went on to all those weddings and things like that. Like, okay, you fall in love and you get married and you have kids. Like sometimes it just doesn't roll like that. And it's not
yeah,
your fault and it shouldn't be your fault. And that's why I want everyone to know that nobody chooses that. So stop fucking saying that you could just unwire someone to like change like that. That really pisses me off because a lot of
yeah.
Punjabi people say that. And
and
it really truly angers me.
and to bandwagon off of what you're saying,
No, go ahead.
also like when if you're gay, whoever's listening, if you're gay, you're Punjabi, you're young, old, whatever you are, and whenever you choose to come out to your parents, like you just have to reassure them that it's not their fault.
Yeah.
You know, there's like a thing,
Because they
like
do
there's
think
something that
it's
they
their
hold
fault.
inside that they're like, oh my god, like what did I do wrong, like where did I mess up? And it's like, no, you didn't mess up.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing to be gay. Like I'm proud to be who I am, and I'm
Good.
proud that, you know, I'm in a relationship and in a loving relationship. And like, you being gay, you can still get married, you can still have a family, you can still do all those things.
Yeah.
But you have to keep in mind that everyone that's around you has to be someone that is of a positive influence,
Hmm.
and has to be people that are only going to make you better and always motivate you. You know,
Exactly.
you can't have people that are going to like, that slyly, you know, they're judge or they criticize, or like I have some Christian friends and they're like, oh, well, that's not the Jesus way. Well, like,
You don't want
yeah,
people like
well,
that anyways, regardless of the situation. You don't
right.
want those
Like
people sucking the life out of you.
I have like this one Christian friend, right? And she like her whole life, like she defended me because I never really openly came out and said like, oh yeah, I'm gay, haha. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I was really like submissive with that until I got older. And so she always defended me. And like when I came out to her, she's like, wait, what? Like, I thought you weren't. I was like, I never said I wasn't. I just never said I was.
And that was your good friend. Was she like the least supportive person in your life, or
I mean, like I'm not gonna talk like negatively about her, but I mean, we
she just had a hard time
we have
accepting
gone
it?
back and forth and had like arguments and discussions about homosexuality. But that's her point. I mean, at the end of the day, she's still an ally, and she still loves me and my boyfriend. Like she supports us, whatever. But to
Amazing.
say like, would I want someone of that nature to attend like maybe one day if I got married or something? Like, I don't know, because it's like I always think like Punjabi people, they love to like overdo it and
Oh
show
yeah,
off and be like, oh well, invite like 700 people to a wedding, and it's all about that. And to
about
me,
showing.
it's like,
Yeah.
if you're a gay person and you have been stigmatized and discriminated against,
Hmm.
and you finally find love, you want to hold that on so tight.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you don't want anybody around you who's negative or has any type of
Mm-mm.
judgment towards it to have any type of impact in your relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
Like,
for
I
sure.
hold my relationship dear to my heart. And it's like, if I got married one day, it would probably be like maybe 15 people there.
Good. I,
You know
I
what I
would
mean?
still do that. I honestly, as I've gotten older, I don't give a fuck about all these people anymore because I just
Right.
care about the people that actually matter to me, who I want there. I don't care about the
Right.
700 Joe Schmoes that are there. Like, fuck off.
Right.
Like, all
Same.
I need is, yeah, like, I don't need,
Sorry, I think I like went off tangent from your question.
no, 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 you're fine. And they're just there to talk shit, most of them. And they're there
Yeah,
to eat your food, and I'm cool.
I'm cool.
So when did you like officially come out? Like, how old were you?
That's so I
Mm,
feel like I'm still coming out.
got it. Well, who did you tell first though? Like your mom? Was it your mom?
Um, the first person I ever told that I was gay was my two younger cousins. Bubba and Jocelyn, let me give them a shout out because they're mad cute. And my best friend at that time, her name was Ashley. Um, and that the first time I came, I think I was like 16 or almost. I think I was like 16 because I got into my first relationship like when I was a senior in high school. So I was like 16, I think. Yeah.
With he was a non-Indian guy?
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a relationship with an Indian guy? You don't have.
I have,
Okay.
and
Was it hard? Because was he like open about it? Was he scared? How did that work?
actually, it's pretty funny. Like, I'm not gonna shout his name out there
No, you don't
because
have to.
it's
Don't.
actually kind of popping now. Maybe I'll tell you offline.
Okay, yeah, you can tell me
Um,
offline.
but yeah, like I mean, I met him actually like at a Bhangra event when I went out to Washington D.C. Like, I don't know, are you familiar with Empire Bhangra?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
They're
of
from
course,
the.
right? So
They're from
they
here.
had like a whole Bhangra event in Washington. That's where I like met him. But that's off tangent. That doesn't matter. But anyway, so yeah, we did date for a few months, and he was living in Delaware and I was in New York. So it was like, and I was still in like high school, and I was like how like I think I was in undergrad, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, I wasn't making that much money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this
But
is
besides that, he was someone that wanted to just like keep me like hidden. Like,
hidden.
like,
Okay, yeah.
he had like roommates and stuff, but he would like, it was just a really awkward dynamic. And it's really sad because as like when you're dating people that are on the DL or who kind of who are like have fetishes about being with like gay people, but they don't want to disclose it.
Yeah, well, he's gay or bi, or he was one living a double life, I would
Well,
say.
yeah, but the thing is that those type of men, they don't want to claim you.
Oh yeah, no.
They don't want to give you things that maybe like if he found a girl and he would give her, because in the eyes of society, it's okay to have a girlfriend, but it's not okay to have a boyfriend.
But he would
So
still never be happy, truly. I don't think
yeah,
so.
I don't think he would ever be happy truly, because you can't, if you're having certain desires and you can't indulge on them, like
Yeah.
that kind of sucks for you.
And your
Um,
wife or whoever you're with, the girl.
right. And so I feel like when I was younger, I thought that that's what I deserved. I thought I deserved like that type of love because I didn't have a dad around. I didn't really have like a father figure around. My mom was my mom and my dad. I mean, a lot of times when you're going through puberty and you're getting older, hormones are changing.
Yeah.
You know, speaking, being a young man, speaking to your mother is sometimes a little hard and uncomfortable.
Of course. Yeah. It's a
and
woman.
and the other men that were around me, like I really couldn't openly share like how I was feeling and the things that were happening inside. I couldn't really like say them out loud because I was like, oh, they're gonna judge me, or I'm gonna be punished because this is how I am, or they're gonna go tell like my parents or whatever. So I always disclose like my mamaji's daughters and me, like we basically were like raised together,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like my first best friends. Like we used to talk about everything, like A to Z. We still do. I mean, we might not see each other all the time, but whenever we do, it's like we saw each other like yesterday.
Yeah.
So they've actually been like a huge driving force in kind of me also coming in terms to my sexuality. But I feel like a lot of people in my life have played a part in it, which is why I've kept them dear to myself. Like
Yeah.
I have lots of friends from like even high school and junior high who I'm still friends with, and they're just
And they're
so
supportive.
supportive.
That's
and
amazing.
and they're Punjabi,
See,
and
yeah.
they're Sikh, and they're like, I think that's the thing, like our generation, the millennials, we're so much more open,
Way more
way
supportive,
more
more
open,
open.
and
Yeah.
that's what's going to cause a lot of change moving forward for like the next generation.
Yeah.
And the older generation, like there's like a gap there that
They're
you
just
can't.
stuck in that bubble. That's what it
Yeah,
is. They're stuck and they're still holding on so tight. But people like us are the only people that can try and help and make a change. And they're not going to be around forever, is the thing,
right.
which is, the harsh truth. So it's our duty to set the way. You know what I mean? Set the tone. That's what we need to do. That's why we're here.
But like I always wondered, I'm like, like all like our parents, they came from India, right? And they migrated here, and they did it because they wanted to have a better life for themselves and their
Exactly.
kids. But it's like, did you not think that, hey, if I'm moving to a whole nother country,
Oh my God, I always say this.
and like,
Yeah.
and to like a foreign land, foreign language, foreign people, like you kind of have to like mix in with the crowd. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And you can't get mad at your kids if they're going to a school and they're Americanized a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
like I don't get that. Like I didn't get that growing up. Like, they'd be like, oh, they think they're American. No, boo, I am
I am
American.
American. Exact. I am American. Yeah.
I am Punjabi in my roots, but I'm born and raised in New York, which is in America. So
Exactly. Just like Canadians are Canadian.
my
They're
mom always
Indian
tells me,
Canadian.
she's like, oh, you're too Americanized for me. I'm like, what did you expect what was gonna happen? Like, I'm so
Exactly.
confused. Like, how am I supposed to be? You
No,
are
that's
a
true.
product of your environment.
Exactly. You wanted to have a better life, but you had to know what was going to come with it as well.
Yeah,
Like
I
I
don't
had to
think they
shape my
thought it
parents.
that far. They just wanted to come here. And that, I feel like maybe can even be generalized, because I literally think like most Punjabi parents, like they don't think that far ahead. They're like,
They
oh, we're just
don't
gonna come here, we're
until
gonna
it
like
kind of happens.
bust our asses, work hard, like make lots of money. Our kids are gonna be good, and that's it. But it's like, okay, well, there's like drugs here,
I know.
violence here,
Exactly.
diversity here.
Yeah.
People are like, kids are having sex, like,
Interracial marriages are going to happen. What do you think? Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's I always say that my parents used to be really hard on me, and I had to think. My brother can thank me, but I had to like fight for everything. Like I'd
yeah.
sneak out of the house. I would like go to parties. I would try. I'd be crying. Like I'd be wearing shorts and things like that.
It's
And
hard being the oldest sibling.
oh yeah, you have to set the tone, or you got to go through everything. Because my brother can do whatever the fuck he wants. He can come home with like a collie, and my mom would be like, "Well, she's nice." You know? But if I were to do that, like they would be like, "Oh my god," like God forbid. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it is what it is. But that's a great point that you said, because I always say that. I'm like, what the fuck did you expect was gonna happen?
Mm-hmm.
And then you then like even the kids that are living like under the Indian way when they're living in America, some of them have like double lives. Like
Yeah, they
at home,
definitely
there's
do.
yeah, and that's not cool. It's not good for them. It's not good for their parents because if their parents see them out and about, they're gonna have a heart attack. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Or just be yourself, and everyone will be happy. You don't have to hide shit.
Growing up, all my Punjabi homegirls, they all had to lie.
Oh yeah.
Growing up, like even like in my family too, like even the thing is that my friends, like, they think it's so funny. They're like, yo, your mom raised you like a girl, so I don't understand like why she's so shocked that you're gay, like, because my mom was like, I wouldn't say like she was, I mean, there were times where she was super hardcore, but like she really like would be like, where are you, what are you doing, when are you coming home, what are you doing, are you okay, what's going on, like. And
Hmm.
there were times where like I had to be like, well, I'm going here but I'm actually going there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't tell her like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the gay club and I'm gonna go shake my ass with a whole bunch of gay guys.
Yeah.
Like, I can't say that, you know what I mean?
No.
So I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm in the library. Like,
The library was the best studying. Everyone's
yeah,
used that
like
one.
my mom didn't get me a cell phone until like almost like until I went to college.
Oh wow.
I didn't have a cell phone. Like, my father, when he was trying to come back into my life, like that's kind of like what he would do. He'd be like, oh well, what do you need, I'll get it for you, blah blah. And it became a whole thing between my mom and him, whatever. She's like, why are you getting him a phone, he doesn't need a phone, blah blah, whatever. So like that's how my mom, like I was the co-captain of my swimming team in high school, and my mom, it was that mom that would drive the whole team to our meets. Like,
Oh,
that's the type of woman she is.
how sweet.
Yeah.
She sounds amazing. Um, as for like the Sikh religion, like you know how they're supposed to be, like you said, very accepting and loving and things like that. How do you still feel strongly about Sikhism, even though they're the ones that are the most like not all Sikhs, you know what I mean? Like you said, your
Mhm.
closest friends are Punjabi and things like that. But them being like having to be so mean and rude to you and saying that they're accepting and saying they're loving, but blaming that in Sikhi, you can't do this. You're
Right.
Punjabi, you can't do this. So how does that change your feeling does it change your feeling towards Sikhism?
Um, no, because I feel like each person has a different relationship with God.
Hmm.
And I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Vaiguru, that's for sure. Because there were
Oh,
definitely some of my friends, they know, like, there were some really low points in my life where, like, they were scared that I was going to harm myself or I was going to do something.
yeah.
And so, like, I'm not even joking. Like, my mom, like, we have we have the Guru Granth Sahib in our house.
Hmm.
And
Your mom's Ahmed Chuck, right?
yeah, she's
Okay.
Amrita. So,
Okay.
like, literally there were so many days where like I would just go there, I grew up, like, I know how to do Japji Sahib, I know how to do Raras, like I know how to do
Oh
Path,
wow.
I know how to do Ardas and everything. Like, I went like that. My dad
And
was
most
like
people who talk shit don't even know how to do any of that.
right. And like,
Yeah.
and my dad, he was like the secretary of the Gurdwara here for like a
Oh
while.
wow.
And like he was the president of the Gurmat camp here. So everybody, like the whole Punjabi community here, if they're gonna be listening on this podcast,
Hmm.
like they all know who the fuck I am. And they all used to talk fucking shit.
Of
All of
course.
them. So
Yeah.
I hope you're listening, because now I'm a bad bitch.
Right,
So
let them know.
yeah.
Yeah, I would never know that, and that's another reson why I wanted to talk to you. Like, I knew you were amazing. I could tell already, but like, no one would know that. Like, that's the thing. Like, people who preach all this religion and culture and all this kind of shit don't even know shit about their culture and religion. At the end of the day, like, that's what like really angers my soul. And it's like, okay, so do you know Bach? Do you know anything? Do you even go to the Gurdwara, bro? Like,
Right.
yeah, and then you're going to blame everything on religion. You're going to blame that they hate you and talk shit about you because
Mm-hmm.
it's Sikhi, right? That's stupid. That's a cop out to me. Like, you're
Mm-hmm.
just copping out. You don't know. You're just an asshole. That's all it is. Just accept you're an asshole and you're not progressive and you're a dick. So let's move on. Let's.
I don't know. Like, I truly think I don't want to be biased, but I really think Sikhi has lots of great qualities. Like, there's so many great things that in our religion, and you know it's just that people need to stop mixing like cultural and societal things with
Yes,
religion. Those are two
exactly.
separate things.
Oh yeah,
God
totally.
isn't dictating, like you're dictating it. Like, human beings are dictating like what these guidelines should be. Like, oh, girls shouldn't be going out late at night. Oh, you can't have a
Yeah,
boyfriend. Oh, you can't
exactly.
cut your hair. Oh,
Because
you
it's a
can't eat
cultural
meat.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can't smoke weed. Oh, you can't drink alcohol. Like, it's
Mhm.
just so, it's so much. Like, you cannot have your kids under a thumb all the time.
Yeah, because they're gonna want to rebel. It is what it is. Like, I had a friend that was my mom used to always compare me to her. Like, you need to be like, I don't want to
Oh
say her
my
name,
God.
so we're gonna call her Preeti. Okay, I love that's my go-to name. Like, oh my God, Preeti goes to Gurdwara all the time. Oh, why can't you be more like Preeti? Preeti's like this. Preeti doesn't dress like that. Preeti's like this, and I'm like, oh my God, shut the fuck up. And then one day, Preeti got pregnant. Just saying. Yes, and I could not wait to go home and tell my mom. I could not, and I hadn't had like I was a virgin at this time. Like I was like, but I was looked at the black sheep because I was like going. I was going to like dances. I was wearing like Abercrombie shorts. I was hanging out
Uh-huh.
with boys, and Preeti got pregnant because she's undercoverly dating someone. He was Indian, and he was married, and yeah, and I was just like, "Yo, mom, Preeti." You know what I'm saying? But that's because she
Yeah.
was so kept under her thumb. Her mom was crazy. Her mom would blame me anytime anything happened with her. Like if she was out late, it was Joty's fault. If she did something, it was Joty's fault. And I was like, that's not my fault because
Yeah.
I didn't even have a boyfriend yet. But see what I mean? You can't. And not that every situation's like that, but like she had a double life, and
Mm-hmm.
now the mom has to go and cover it up. Like where's like your values and things like that. Now where'd they go? Because you
Mm-hmm.
were putting a thumb over her. You didn't let her live her fucking life, so she had to go figure it out on her own because you never had a talk with her. She thinks all these guys love her, and this is what happens.
Right.
But my mouth's so dry because I'm so hungover.
Yeah.
So one of the questions that I had written down, I want to ask you, like, when, like, you're so confident. Well, like, when did you like gain your confidence? Because I know that you've been through such a dark space, and I've been through dark spaces in my life. Like, I know I seem like I have such a strong personality, but I was a bitch. Like, when I was younger, like I'd go home and cry, and like I was a
There's
bitch.
nothing wrong with being a
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah, and I was one, and I had to realize that the world is a cruel fucking place, and I need to
Right.
hold my own, and I just need to be myself, and that's it. Like if you keep accepting everything and you own up to your mistakes, what are they going to say about you?
Mm-hmm.
They're now you're just talking shit. Like you're a hoe. Okay,
Yeah.
next. Thank you. Next. What else you want to say? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I commend your confidence, and I just want to know like how you got it, where you got it, and like whoever's listening out there, like just tell them like it's where you came from to get it.
I feel like, I mean, everyone has so many like experiences in their own lives and they go through so much,
Mm-hmm.
and it either like can make you or break you sort of
100%.
thing.
Yeah,
And I don't know, I feel like I really had to grow up much faster than everyone else around me. Um
because your
like
dad not
growing
being around, you think that's why?
Well, yeah, because like for almost like I would say 11 years, it was just me and my mom because my brother was living in California. He went to school out there and he started like working out there. I mean, he would come and visit, but majority of the time it was just me and my mom. And
Mm-hmm.
so, not to say that was a bad thing, that was a great thing, but there were so many things like that went on during that time period because my mom couldn't heal from what my dad did.
Yeah.
And a lot of that, as I got older, a lot of that like got thrown onto me because it was like I knew that I also like I couldn't get. I mean, I feel like sometimes I'm still not over it, because there's no closure there.
Yeah.
There's not no. It's so fake. That's why like I kind of like. I mean, that's beside the point. But the thing is that when it comes to the confidence, it's like I feel like I'm still working on it because
Okay.
there are still days like I'll post something on Instagram and I'll write like this caption, and then like the days will pass and then I'll go back to the picture and I'll look at it and I'll read the caption and I'll be like, damn, how was I feeling in that moment that I wrote that caption and posted that picture? Like how can I go back to that moment so I can feel like that right now?
So like you have your ups and downs.
Like, so I have like my ups and downs,
Yeah. Which
and
everyone does, which is understandable. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Like, I'll post a picture and I think I'm like a bad bitch one day, and the next day I'm like,
But it also comes from, I feel like, when I like finally got to tell the important people in my life that, you know, this is who I am. It really, like, when people tell you, like, it's like a weight off of your shoulders, it's like you feel like you can like breathe, you
can be
know?
yourself
Because
now.
you feel like so restricted. You feel
Mhm.
like, I don't know how, like, to be honest, like, I commend people that are like living these double lives, and they're like, you know, they're gay and they're having sex with men on the side, but they're going home to their wife and their children, because it's like, how are you living with yourself? Like, how are you able
Mhm.
to do that? I couldn't do it. I really
No, I couldn't either.
like it literally, like, it like killed me every day, like, oh my god. And as I got older, I was like, yo, when am I gonna tell mom? I have to tell my mom. I have to tell my mom, because I'm getting older. Like, I want to get married one day. Like, I need to start this process. And it's like, I was so scared to start it.
Yeah.
And
How old were
and
you?
I came out to my mom in 2014, so it's still like
Oh,
not
it's
that
still
long.
fresh.
It's
Do you
not
think she
that long.
kind of always knew?
No, she told me that she didn't, she just thought that the way that I was, she was like, she's like, you're just such a like a bubbly and like lovely kid. She was like, I just thought that that was just how your person, that's just how you were. I didn't really,
Yeah.
my mom didn't really,
You were her son. You're
my mom is a public school special education teacher. So
okay.
this like really baffles me, because I'm like, you literally work in a diverse public school. So like, but at the end of the day, she just didn't think that I was that way. Or maybe she did, but she never like told me about it. Like, she never
Right.
like said it out loud to me that, oh, I thought that this was how you were, you know? But
Yeah.
my mom really wants grandchildren, so I pray about it
Oh,
every day, because I also want children, you know? Like,
yeah.
how am I gonna make it happen? Like,
Aren't there ways like you can do like the what is it? The surrogate way, right?
yeah,
Isn't
you
that
can do
a,
surrogacy, you can do adoption, you can do IVF.
all
Like,
that stuff? Yeah.
there's a lot of ways, but it's also about like finding somebody to
No, I
like
get it.
go through the process with, someone that's like willing to do that for you. Like, it's really hard, you know? And
Mm,
I'm like, I know that I'm gonna be a dad one day for sure, because I want that in my life. But it's
yeah.
like, I don't know when it's gonna be, but I'm just leaving it up to God, because I pray about it every day. So,
Well, I think you'll make a great dad.
thanks.
Does your brother have like how people are mean to you and stuff? Like, does he ever like want to go beat someone up or call him up like, hey motherfucker, don't be fucking with my brother or anything like
Yeah,
that?
so, you know, that's the thing, because, you know, I don't want to like say anything negative about my family, but
Mm-hmm.
like when I was growing up, like, you know, like there was people around me that would say negative things about gay people. And
What's the meanest thing someone said to you, like a Punjabi person?
like a gandu, you know,
Yeah.
or like, or like, oh, like, if like, I forgot, like, you know, there was also like some physical altercations, but I can hold my own. Like,
You threw
I'm
it
not gonna
down.
let no one like get
Yeah.
one up on me, you know. But the like, Punjabi kids are like the cruelest.
They're
That's
so
the thing.
fucking mean.
Like, growing up, like, I would go to Gurmit camp, you know, and everyone would like be like, they would say comments, oh, like, why does he talk like that? Oh, why does he act like that? Oh, why does he move his hands like that? Oh, why does he like, and I'm like, oh my god, like, why is there something said about everything I do? I remember one time, it was like one of my cousin's birthday parties, and I like was dancing, and my
Hmm.
other cousins were just sitting there and they were laughing, like, what is he doing? Like, he's so gay. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, but what the fuck? Like you're sitting there all miserable, like and watching me. Like go fucking dance too, or go do your own shit. Like they're so focused on other people that they
yeah.
don't check what the fuck they're doing, or you know what I mean? Like check your own. Look at your hands; they're not clean. Look at your family. Stop focusing on other people's shit. But they just love
Well,
talking about people.
yeah, well, that's the thing, because like when you're a kid and you're growing up, I feel like you learn all those things from home.
Oh,
Like,
you
there's no other place
definitely.
that you can learn it from. And
No,
it's
for
like,
sure.
so I mean, going back to your question, it's like my own family, like, there was so much, like, there was like things said and judged and criticized about this group of people, where it was like, damn, like, how are they going to defend me? Like, how are they going to
Yeah,
protect me if this is how they feel? You know what I mean?
exactly.
And
Yeah.
I don't really think anyone ever did go and defend me and stand up for me when things were happening. Like, you know, I like, there were some issues that I had with some of my friends that people be like, because when I was growing up, like, and I started going to college, I kind of started like becoming self-aware of who I am as a person.
Mm.
But it took steps. And so, you know, I didn't want a lot of people to know that I was gay, even though if you met me on the street and you were like, oh, he's probably gay, you know, but
Yeah.
I never myself was ready to just be like, oh, like tell random, like other people that like, oh yeah, I'm gay. If I went to parties with my friends, my close friends would know, but I'm not going to be like speaking on it. But if one of my close friends goes and talks to another person about that, like that's when I have a problem.
Yeah.
So even like with some of my friends, like I lost friends along the way because I couldn't trust them because they weren't able to keep my secret, you know?
Yeah.
And it wasn't that it was like a secret.
You just weren't ready to tell everyone.
Yeah, you got to be ready to like, because like once you tell people, you can't take it back.
No, you can't.
Like it's out in the universe, you know?
Oh, for sure.
That's why when you ask me like, oh, when did you come out? It's like, I keep coming out because I have to tell like my uncle that I'm gay. I have to tell my aunt that I'm gay. Then I have to tell my grandfather that I'm gay. Then I have to tell my mom that I'm gay. I'm like, God damn, you straight people gotta do that?
No.
Like, why the fuck I gotta come out to every single person? Like, you know what I mean? And it's mad annoying because then it feels like you're going back to square one. You gotta then talk about your experiences. You gotta talk about why you're like this. Like, it's like so annoying, you know?
It is annoying. It's like, I'm gay, just leave me alone. That's it. Done, you know? But it's not that simple because some people don't understand. They just don't get it. Like, they're like, what do you mean? Why?
Yeah, they're really narrow-minded.
Very narrow-minded. Like I said, like goes back to when we said they're like, it's a choice when it's really not, you know? Mm-hmm. Well, going on a happier note, what is like the most awkward question your mom's asked you? Has she ever asked you anything super awkward?
Yeah, like, how do I know that I'm gay?
Yeah. And then did you answer it?
Like, I like, no, because it's like kind of weird for me to like talk about that with her, but
yeah,
I was just like, I just know that I'm gay. Like, you have to have faith and trust in me. Like this,
yeah.
Like I know who I am, you know?
Yeah.
And like being with a girl is not for me. I'm not gonna ruin someone's life. I'm not gonna get that bad karma. So, you know, I'm going to live authentically.
Good. At least you think like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna live authentically. I'm gonna find someone who meshes well with me, and then I'm gonna create a family with them. And that's just how it's gonna be. And she just wouldn't like, she like doesn't even understand that. Like, even like I just recently came out to like my mamaji and my momiji, and my momiji was like asking my cousin one time, like, I think like they were like having conversations. She's like, but like, how do they like what do they do? Like, how do they like have kids? Like, how did they like
basically like intercourse is what she's asking. But like,
yeah, and like my cousin was like, like awkward. But
Google.
At the same time, I have to have respect for her because she's thinking about it, she's researching about it, she's inquiring about it, she's curious to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
she's not just
like, you can't really take that and become defensive about it because, hey, they're curious, they want to know. At least she's not being like, oh my God, that's so fucking disgusting. You know what I mean?
She didn't just close it off. She's actually trying to find out more about it. Like, because our people don't even do that. They don't even want to think about it because they even thinking about it to them is like shunning, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to talk about that. Don't speak about that.
Yeah, but let a group of Punjabi men, you know, sit next to us and they'll be like, oh yeah, two girls, like, yeah, whatever. And then it's like, why is it okay to objectify girls having sex with each other?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
When you want to talk about guys having sex with each other, it's like, skirt. We're not going to talk about that.
It's weird. It's just weird how the society thinks. Again, yeah, exactly. I think that's like that. Another thing I think is like why they think it's a choice, because girls make out with girls just for fun. Like, well, I've been out and my friend just randomly started kissing me. I was like, whoa, but she's not gay. You know what I mean? But I mean, it was hot to people or whatever. But it's like, then I think people just kind of think that like, oh, they're choosing to do it, so these guys are choosing to do it. But it's like, no, girls are just, I don't know, we're just weird. Like girls girls are pretty, you know, pretty girls.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between being a lesbian and just having fun. And I think they mistake that with being gay sometimes because it's hot, and now it's not hot anymore because they chose to do that. So it sucks. Well, one day, hopefully, it's going to be a process, but hopefully people start like your mommy, like researching, learning, like taking initiative to be more accepting. Like you don't have to be completely comfortable with it, because I understand that. But associating it with religion, or you're not supposed to, the you're not supposed to thing is what is it gets me, because it's like, who are you to tell someone what they're supposed to do? You know? And it's like, and it's always double standard about what you're supposed to do. How do you know that, you know, like, I mean, like, yeah, obviously, like, women and men, they, like, are allowed to conceive. But how do you know, like, that's how it started off back in the day? You know what I mean? Like, we weren't there. Like, how do you know, like, there wasn't two guys kissing back in the day? We don't fucking know that. Like, you know? So I just hate when people try to make assumptions about that. But another thing I wanted to also, before we go, because oh fuck, we've been talking so much. I was like, yeah, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this in 30 minutes. It's like, any funny dating stories? Like, have you ever had someone come over and then mom's coming over and you have to like switch up real quick, or vice versa, or hiding in the car, you know, shit like that? Yeah, let me hear it. Exactly. I mean, shit, I know that's happened.
Awkward. But
that's a yes.
So
yes and yes.
when I was like, you know, going through like my experiences and kind of figuring myself out, there was like this one guy that like I was seeing for a while, but like we weren't like really, like we were just like talking, you know, like whatever. And so I don't know, like I forgot, like my mom went away, or she went out of the state or something. She went somewhere and for the weekend, and my brother would leave work at a certain time. So we like, me and this kid, like we hung out, and then he was like, oh, can I like stay over? And I thought to myself, I was like, I want him to stay over, but how am I gonna have him stay over? Like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
So I kind of like snuck him into my room.
Yeah.
And so like I like placed like sheets on the floor, and he was like sleeping on the floor. So if someone came into my room, like I was on the bed, but like unless they leaned over, then they would see, right?
Oh, then he was like on the other side. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. And so like my brother went, like, I think I didn't know like his schedule properly, so I kind of like miscalculated, and so he like walked in to my room without knocking.
Oh no.
And he like saw, like, because I thought he had left, so the kid like jumped into the bed, you know, but we were just like laying in bed though. That's it. Like, nothing crazy was happening. And then like my brother like opened the door without knocking, and he just like looked at me, and he like looked at the kid, and like just looked at me, and then he just like walked out. And then I was like, the whole day, because I was home, and the whole day
was this before he knew that you were gay?
Yeah, this was like, I mean, he like knew that I was gay, but
he didn't like no.
Yeah, like I didn't really talk about it with him.
Yeah, I got it. Mm-hmm.
So after that day, I was just like, oh my God, like that's so awkward. This is so weird, blah, blah. You know, like, what is he going to say? He's going to tell my mom, all this shit. But then like we had like a whole conversation after that. And he was like, you know, like, it kind of ended up being like a cool thing, because he was like, you know, like, you don't have to like hide. Like, if this is like how you are, like,
that's nice,
cool, you know, whatever.
At least you're blessed, like, enough to have like, you know, like him to be like, you know, talk to you about it. Cause there's some Punjabi people, you know how their personalities are, like, they'd be psychotic, you know what I mean? Like crazy and mean about it. Okay. There's another question I was going to ask you. It's going to be super funny. Fuck, it just went past my head.
No, you have to ask it now.
I know. It's going to bug me. Oh my God.
By the way, I love that Christmas tree behind you. It's really cute.
Oh, thank you. It's my work. It was so much cuter at nighttime, but I'm glad you noticed it. Oh my God. I was going to ask you. Okay. I got it. It came back. Woo. So you do have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
Correct. And so he's not Indian, right?
No, he's not Indian.
Okay, so does he understand the things you go through, like about, you know, the religion, all how hard it is? And is it easy, like, does his family know, and how are they compared to, like, you know, like how does it work? Like, does he understand what you go through?
So I feel like the foundation of a relationship was built on that, like, he also didn't have a father figure in his life, and neither did I. So we kind of like bonded on that. And like from his, because he's also been through stuff and I've been through stuff, so we like, that's like kind of like, I feel like how we bonded. And then as like we kept talking and stuff, he's like a really like supportive person, and he's very nice and kind, and respectful. And he is like, he's more like I'm more introverted, you know.
Oh, got it.
So he likes to kind of like, you know, stay chill, like, you know, and stuff
Private.
like that.
Yeah.
But like his family situation is also like difficult, like with his culture and stuff like that. So he kind of understands like what I've been through. And but he loves like our culture though. Like he
Yeah.
loves like Punjabi food. He loves like, you know, just like we're going to like our first like Indian wedding together in Texas. My best friend is getting married.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so it's like I'm so excited because it's like, oh my God, I get to like experience this with him, and we get to like, we could talk about it and like how he feels about it, you know, like even with me, because I'm more of a like, between the both of us, like he always wanted to get married, you know, but he never like thought it would happen for him, you know.
Same thing you
So
thought.
it was just like kind of like out there, but he was like, oh, like if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, whatever, you know. And so me, I'm more like, you know, like I want like I want to get married, you know, I want to have children, like I want to do it like in those steps, you know, and I want to experience like, we've been together for a long time, and so now I want to experience like, you know, being engaged, and I want to experience being married, and then I want to experience becoming parents. So it's like he in the beginning was like he was like freaked out, you know, he was like,
Yeah.
but I was very straightforward in like what I wanted from the
Good.
beginning.
That's how everyone should be, by the way.
Yeah, that's how everyone needs to be.
Yeah,
Okay.
everyone needs to be straightforward about their intentions and what they need and what they want. Are we doing
Right.
this or not? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And so like from there, I think slowly by slowly he's like, okay, maybe I could do this. Okay, maybe we could do this, you know? So I like, you know, I don't really want to speak too much about, I don't want to speak too much on him, because I feel
No, of
like he
course.
should also be able to kind of speak for himself with
Of
his own
course.
situations.
Yeah.
But I feel like, going back to the confidence question that you asked me,
Yeah.
he definitely, because, you know, like I just wanted someone, it sounds so crazy, but I just like crave like love and affection from like a partner.
Yeah, of
And like
course. Everyone does.
I wasn't like getting it for a long time. I was like with all these like DL dudes and these other dudes, and it's just like, this is not working. Like
They were
you're
so
not,
restricted, right? They
yeah, it's
weren't
like
giving you
I
it
can't
all.
live like openly, you know? And so he, like, in a way, I don't know, it was just like this weird vibe and connection and chemistry, and he like fills like that void over and over, even when, like when we're fighting. It's like,
Oh,
you know what I mean? And
yeah.
it's like,
I know what you mean.
we've been through a lot together. Like
How long have you guys been together?
in June it's gonna be 4 years.
Dang. You beat my longest has just been 3.
Yeah.
3. Yeah, that's a long time. That's good. How old are you?
26, and I'm gonna be 27 in 2 weeks.
Oh, happy early birthday.
Thanks. It's
Yeah.
Capricorn season, bitches.
Have you met his parents?
Yeah, I have.
And has he met your mom?
Yes, he has.
Oh, okay. How does your mom
He
feel?
he my mom adores him. My mom really adores him, and
Your mom sounds so amazing. Like I want to hug her.
yeah, like in the beginning, because you know what it was, I kind of like my friends like, oh, you just like bombarded her, because I like came out to her in 2014, and then in like the end of like 2015, I think. Yeah, it was like the end of 2015, I like introduced her to my boyfriend, and it like
Bam, bam.
and she was just like, oh my God, like what is happening? Oh my God, you know, like she was like,
Yeah.
I feel like she was like a little like, oh my God. So
Yeah.
but it was important to do that. Even my boyfriend too, he was like scared to like, you know, meet my mom and everything and all that stuff, because, you know, it's a big step. And so
Yeah.
But I had to do that because it's like there's no other way to embed it in their heads that this is real and
It's
this is
real.
what this is how life is going to be. And then at the same time, it's like I kind of like slowly want you guys to start like building and having some type of relationship and connection, because if this man becomes my husband in the future, then we can all be like, you know, it can all like work
Yeah.
together. It can all work.
And she could learn. And I think it's a process. So at least she is learning to take it in that way. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so that's good. That's good. I want to hug your mom.
Yeah.
It's really nice to have like, because I'm sure, you know, there was probably so much going on in her head. She probably did, you know, maybe blame herself or whatever happened. And she's still like there for you. And I like commend her for that, because a lot of people don't get that. And which I
Mm-hmm.
think is so stupid, because you gave birth to your, you know, you helped create a life, and then
Mm-hmm.
you're just gonna leave them out in the cold like that. Like you're
Mm-hmm.
really just gonna abandon them because it's not something you think is right.
Right.
And then that's where I want to actually close it. And I just want you to let anyone know who's wants to come out, who's sick or not sick, like and they're going through it right now. There's so many kids going through it. They're hiding it. They're living a double life.
Right.
They want to take their own life, because I'm sure there's some kids who are so confused and are told that this is not right because people are
Mm-hmm.
being so mean to them that they're just like, why am I living like I'm like, you know what I mean, like that I'm different. Let them know that being different is okay, and you know, you can speak on that.
Yeah. So I just want to say to everyone that's listening, whatever age group, whatever ethnicity, race, male, female, trans, non-gender conforming, um, like it's gonna be okay. You know what I
Mm,
mean? That's number one. It's gonna be okay. Um, you have like if you are in a dark space right now and you don't see like the light at the end of the tunnel, you have to remember that everything that you're going through is only preparing you for something greater that's coming. Because if I knew and that back then that today, like how my life would be, like I wouldn't have stressed so much on about on so many various things, you know. And if you are surrounded by people that love you and support you, that's also like the biggest factor in coming into terms with your sexuality. It's like you have to surround yourself with people that are loving, supportive, kind, nurturing, because it's going to kind of make you understand that, hey, there is a purpose to my life, you know?
mhm.
I don't want to sound like you have to be dependent on other people's approvals, but
No.
when you are in a dark space and you're thinking negative thoughts and you don't know how to get out of it, that one person that is saying like they're like rambling on and on and on, and it's not penetrating into your mind, but they say one thing and it like clicks, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
And it helps you to understand that, hey, society might discriminate me and marginalize against me, but at the end of the day, I'm going to know that I'm different, I'm unique in my own way, I'm
Mhm.
an aesthetic, and that I'm going to continuously love myself. You need to understand that you have to love yourself,
Yeah,
right?
you will,
Like
or nobody will.
there's no other way that you can love someone else if you're not loving yourself. If you
Exactly.
are feeling that like, oh, I'm gay, like I don't know how to get rid of this. It's like, no, you have to accept yourself as a whole and
Mhm.
understand that God made you the way that you are for a reason. You were born that way, like Lady Gaga
You,
says, you
yes.
know? And if anyone ever needs any type of advice, if anyone ever needs someone to reach out to, I get so many DMs
What's your
about
Instagram? Let
kids
them know.
like hitting me up about suicide thoughts, depression. They're
Oh,
popping
hit me
pills.
up
Like,
too, guys. If you have any thoughts like that, I will do
yeah,
my best to.
please, like I'll FaceTime you. I will if you're in isolation, like I will link out to you. I'll connect with you. Please, my Instagram is KingSunnyB. That's KingSunnyB. It's public. You can go on there, you can DM me, you can look at my pictures. They're all based off of LGBTQ awareness and visibility. And please, like, if you are really feeling down and out, please do reach out. And I promise, like, I will definitely help you through it. Okay. So
Oh,
I
I
really want
appreciate you.
everyone to know that there's people out there that are also working for LGBTQ rights and equality rights, and people that are fighting for trans equality rights. There's people that are going down to Washington and they're lobbying to this administration and letting them know that they are human. You cannot erase us.
Mhm.
So if you are willing to fight that fight, follow me on my IG, bitches.
Yes. I appreciate. I don't even have anything to add to that. It was so amazing because I was gonna say that let them know to reach out to you. And same, like reach out to me as well. I will do my best. I want to be there for like our future. Like, I want to be there for them. Like, it's not fair to them. Like, I mean, I can never compare to what people have gone through, but we all feel the same emotion.
Mhm.
So, you know what I mean? And people that have felt emotion, have been in a dark place, they can help you, or they could find somebody that can help you. It's another
Right.
reason I wanted to talk to you. So I appreciate you so much, and you're so amazing.
Thanks,
And
Corby.
hey, rap album coming out soon, you know what I'm saying?
I got
But
some bars if you wanna throw me on a verse.
oh shit. Oh shit. You know what? I might put you up to that.
Okay. But
No,
I
really,
also
I'm
want
like
to give a shout out to you, and I want to thank you because you did follow me, and I was like, oh my god. I do watch, like, me and my homegirls, we watch Anarkali, and so
oh, thanks.
you know, I like I'm really appreciative of this opportunity to do this
Oh, you're
podcast
so
with
sweet.
you.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm really excited to make this little collab poster and have it out on social media.
Of course, yeah. I
And
really
I
hope
really want
like
to
well
thank
everyone
you
watches.
for being supportive, being an ally, being
Mhm.
understanding. And I know it took a while for our schedules, but I'm so happy that we finally got it done.
No, me too. Because I knew it was going to be meaningful, and I already knew like when I looked at your profile, I was like, yes, like I appreciate you, putting like standing your ground. Like, yes, bitches, this is me, this is who I am, and yes,
Mhm.
like you said, you are working on it. But you know what, like some kid's gonna see that and is gonna be like, okay, yes, like someone's out there looking up to you. You know what I mean? And I commend that, and that's why I did follow you. And I do usually like I try my best to like look at who's commenting me. Like I love talking to people. I love
Mhm.
like supporting people. Like there's another girl that I followed. I forgot her name. She wears like a patka and stuff,
Mhm.
but she's slaying. Like just
Yeah.
because you wear like a patka doesn't mean you can't be a cute girl. You can't be
Right.
hot. You can't be sexy, right?
Mhm.
And she's like doing her makeup. She's like beautiful. And I was like, follow. Like, yeah, like I want to support
Mhm.
everyone that's comfortable with being themselves and not like don't be a follower. Be your fucking self. Like that's
Yeah.
all I want. Like even if you weren't yourself yesterday, be yourself tomorrow. If you were a bad person yesterday, be a good person today. Like no one
Mhm.
needs to judge you. No one needs to be judged. And don't let those people affect you. Like you said, like keep positive people around you. And if you keep
Mhm.
positive around you, and I'm a big believer in that, like I'm not super religious, but I don't knock anyone's religion at all.
Right.
Like if that's what keeps you happy, like my mom makes me do all these crazy things, like don't wash your hair on fucking this day or whatever.
Yeah.
And I might secretly do it, but in front of her, I'll never,
Yeah.
I'll never do it. Say like, don't wash your clothes on Tuesday. I'm like, okay, mom, but you know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah.
I respect it, and I respect everyone's views and everything. But don't say someone can't do something because it's a religious thing, because
Mhm.
then you take that like then you just take the point of religion out of that is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
If you can't tell someone can and can't do or what's right or wrong, that person needs to figure it out themselves, and what's
Right.
wrong for you is right for somebody else.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, so
Absolutely.
but thank you again. And I'm actually hoping to talk to you more on future podcasts. And I hope people that are listening, I hope you shed some light to some people, because the title that I'm going to add to this is going to be like, I'm a sick man and I'm gay. And I already
Yeah.
know all of them are going to click on it. And I know some of them are going to click on it with like, oh, hell no, that kind of attitude.
Mhm.
And I really, really
You
hope,
know what? You know
yeah.
what, Jyoti? Let them come.
Yeah, no,
Let
I
them
want,
come. Because
yeah,
you know why? I am so tired of like the disgusting comments that I'm getting. I will love to
this is
see
disgusting.
who these people are that are typing on their little keyboards,
It'll
but they
never,
got blank profiles.
yeah,
Please
or they have blank
let it
profiles,
come through.
exactly.
I actually just posted something on my story and I let people know, if you want to fucking follow me for the right reasons. Don't follow
Exactly.
me because you want to send me nasty, hateful comments and you want to threaten me. Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't
They're
understand. If you're
threatening
not
you. That's
okay with
so stupid.
yourself, Don't
Yeah.
hate on people that are okay with themselves.
Yeah, they send you threats. That's so disgusting. I think that's such a pussy thing to do, especially like over the internet. And also, like you said earlier on, you said that if I'm not affecting you in any way, then why are you watching, bro? If that's not
Right.
what you like and you're not believing in that, then get the fuck up, block me.
And
Like,
unfortunately, this is what happens when you put yourself out there. You know
it
what I
is.
mean?
It comes with it.
You
Mhm.
it comes with it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I literally just started like 1 year ago. Like I told myself when I turned 26, like I'm gonna do something different. I'm
Yeah.
gonna like be more open. I wanna help people. You know what I mean?
Good.
And like the year is about to come to an end, and I'm so happy with all the things that I did this year, all the shoots that I did, all the collabs that I did. And
Amazing.
so just come with the positivity, guys. Just come with the positivity.
Exactly. And don't be sending threats. Like that's some pushy shit, pussy shit. Like I
Yeah.
can't stand that. Like I get like stupid threats and things like that. And I'm just like, you would never say that to my face. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And
And
even
you
if
know
they,
what's sad? It
yeah.
comes like from people from like our own community. It's
Oh
not even
yeah.
like people that are like from other ethnicities, because they are like, yo, you slay.
Yeah.
But
They're
it's like
so supportive.
people from our own community, they're like, oh, like you have no like shame. Like, oh, you think that having putting a turban on your head, you're calling yourself a Sikh? No, boo. I'm
Mm.
born and raised a Sikh.
Yeah,
Okay? Whether I
exactly.
rock a turban on some pictures, whether I wear a hat, whether I fucking wear a
And most of the people, they don't even have turbans or like they're just dumb. They don't even know as much as you know about Sikhi. They probably don't even know like this much about it. And
yeah.
it's disgusting. And
I'm just like, I'm not trying to say that like I'm like I know all about Sikhi, because I really don't.
no,
But
but you know
I
you're more
know
than most.
I know what I've been taught. You know,
Exactly, you've been taught.
I come from I come from an Amritari family. Like my grandparents are Amritari, my mom is, my dad is, my
And you know what? People would probably judge you and say, or like he's not been raised right or something. You know what I mean? Like those
right,
kind of comments.
exactly.
And like, and I hope whoever's listening who had those thoughts realizes that he is educated, he knows his shit, and he's actually out there making a difference and helping
Right.
people.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you doing today? What did you do today to help somebody? You know,
Mm-hmm.
and if you haven't done anything, shut the fuck up.
Right.
So, all right, guys. Well, this is Joty Kay, and I'm signing out. And this is King Sunny. Make sure to follow him, comment me, let me know what you think, and please, 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 please reach out to both of us if there's anything hard going on in your life, and you know you have a hard time talking to someone, and you don't have anybody supportive. We support you, and we love you.
Yeah, we
So,
love you, and be kind to one another.
and help one of another. Help one of another. And if you're not helping someone, don't knock people that are. Bye.